Okay, this is the video for Earth signs for the week of September 15th. So let's tune in using the Earth spray. Okay, so this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What do we have for Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn? Okay, participation and adventure is on the bottom. The sooner you start participating in life and doing that inner work, the more it starts to feel like an adventure rather than a burden. I know sometimes watching the news or hearing about things in the world can be challenging to accept, but acceptance is the way we can change things for the better. So, signs. Control and going with the flow. Basically, like right now with all these changes going on, the only thing you can control is how well you go with the flow. We got innocence, totality. It goes September 15th. Okay. We got quite a few here. I will read them. Alright. Rebirth, integration, the Lovers. Okay, so what I was talking about with control and going with the flow, and then adventure, and I can't remember what the other card was at this point, but this is that inner child aspect. Totality is being able to complete in the moment, utilizing what you have. So it's like, it's super stressful right now. It is a stressful process, integrating your masculine and feminine. I don't know if you can see, but in the background there, this is a image that I painted, probably a year and a half, 2 years ago now. And that was the merging of the left and right hemispheres of the brain. So that is very much about integration and rebirth. And something just told me to get that out. Like, I've had it for like the last week or so, but something was like, no, you need to like bring it out, get it out in the visual, and let people see it. So, Earth signs, what are we trying to create for 2020? Have we been doing this inner work? Have we been integrating? It's, like I said, it's been stressful. It's not easy. What advice do we have for Earth signs? Meditation. Breath work, breath work, breath work. Breath is what helps move your chi throughout your body so that you can become aware of what your blockages are, and then feeling into the emotional aspects of that will lead to more discovery, and then you can start shifting those patterns. What do we have? Silence, flowering, and inner voice. So some of you might be having activations going on in your intuition. Third eyes might be coming on for some of you. There's something going on with Sirius right now, too, with the energy from Sirius coming in, and there's dolphins on here. Luna Ash was talking about that, I believe, with the aquatics. I also feel like dolphins and stuff are associated with the Pleiades. I could be wrong, but it just feels that way to me. What do we have on the top? Control. Bottom, we have success. Middle, we have ripeness. And the bottom on the deck is moment to moment. So using those stepping stones so we don't repeat patterns. This is just a reoccurring theme, it feels like. So, let's get a little more clarification for our earth signs. Before I do that, maybe there's more of a message here. Well, I'm sure there is. Control, success, ripeness. Don't focus on the things that you can't control. Be present in the moment. The more you can meditate and stay on top of your thoughts so they don't deviate too much, the more you are going to be able to... Sorry about that, loud motorcycle. The more you will be able to be successful in this upcoming year. This next year is going to be a really big deal for everyone. Like I said, everybody has every element in their chart somewhere. We all have something somewhere. And Earth is about grounding that into our reality. How can we bring our dreams through what we hope without being too controlling and without putting too much expectation? Because when you expect too much, then you start placing limitations. Okay, let's get a card for Taurus. That flew out. Quest, Taurus. I'll look in the book for this. It's a throat chakra card. Maybe you need to be speaking your truth. The blue of communication with the darkness of the unknown, allowing us to discover the truth. There is bravery here and ability to face the truth head on. Now, I'm going to read like the questions to ask yourself since meditation has been coming up so much lately. Use these questions and then meditate on them and see what answers you bring back. You would be really surprised if you just give it a chance. Personal inquiry. Is it time to take a risk? Where in my life do I need to walk my talk? So that could be something to ask yourself. Key ideas, being open to wisdom, imagine dangers, and commitment to your path. So check out that insight when you do the meditation and see what you find within. Like I say, some of the best wisdom I've ever gotten has been from myself, from my higher self. Hands down. You don't need to seek outside of yourself for anything, even though it is in our human nature to do that. So let's get a clarification card for Virgo. Okay, I got two. We'll take them. We've got impasse and discovery, and I can't help but notice both of them have a moon up here. We just had this moon, full moon in Pisces. We just had the super new moon in Virgo. That energy is very strong. So maybe in that time you've realized that where you thought you were blocked, you weren't. It was just a reroute because it wasn't ready for you yet. And making those discoveries can lead to great understanding and then being able to flower out into your reality. When you quit feeling like a victim, great things can happen. So the questions for those discoveries question is, am I happy in this situation? How is it benefiting me? The healing of predetermined agreements must be addressed. Awareness is healing. I just said that. So those are very much tied together. That is root and sacral. So you're working on your lower fire trine. This will help with confidence issues also. Okay, so the personal questions to ask yourself. How adaptable am I? What does this card reveal about my feelings and my reaction to delays? So if you're feeling impatient, stop and then realize that you might be being rerouted. You might be waiting for something better to come along, better than what you expected. All right, let's get one for Capricorn. Cards, what do you have for Capricorn for the week of September 15th? Okay, that's a lot. Maybe it's necessary. I'm not going to read all the ones for the meditation, but we will get a gist of it. We've got workaholic, Victim, I just was talking about that victim card and realizing that you're not a victim. Capricorns almost tend to be a victim of their circumstances because they like things so structured. So, like, you often become really involved in your work. Are you really pursuing your passion, or are you just working to work? That can keep you locked in feeling like this. You're like, oh, I just have to work to pay my bills to keep on top of things. Mysticism and abundance. So, utilizing what you have to get what you want, making sure that you're staying out of this victim mentality and going within and tapping into that inner mysticism. How can you incorporate all of these together, like all your separate little boxes, how you can put them together to build a fortress for yourself? So let's see what I can get out of all these different ones. So we've got solar plexus, heart, throat, and third eye. So there's some heart healing that needs to happen here. I'm getting to it. Be wary of using your financial situation as an excuse to avoid doing something. Are your thoughts and actions around money empowering or disempowering you? There's that one. Let's go to the victim card. How are my actions connected to my inability to create breakthroughs? Am I willing to make new choices in order to grow? So that's exactly what I was talking about. Being stuck in some kind of situation where you think you can't get out of it when you really can. And let's see. Workaholic. Am I working too much and suffering from burnout? Is there something important that I'm avoiding doing? I do notice that, like, work is also a form of escapism. Exercise is a form of escapism. Whereas work and exercise can be healthy, they can also be unhealthy when you're using it to cover up something rather than looking at it and addressing what the real issue is here. So what is mysticism saying? Am I ignoring my intuition? What I suspect is probably true. I must breathe. And I was just talking about the importance of breath work. I did mention the 4-count breath last week. I don't remember what sign it was for. It was probably air, I'm thinking. But inhale for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. Nothing for 4 seconds. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. And then nothing for 4 seconds. That's what it is. So there's 4 steps to the 4-count breath. If you do this when you're meditating and your mind tends to wander, just focus on the 4-count breath, and the rest of the stuff will kind of go in the background, and you'll be able to reach new levels of yourself when you do that. Like I said, breath moves the chi, so this is really important. So make sure you're not self-sabotaging, thinking that you need to be doing things and ignoring what really needs to be done. So that is the week ahead for Earth signs. Saturn also stations to go direct, which is kind of a big deal for Capricorn. So, I mean, that's your ruling planet. It's at home in Capricorn. There's big things going on. So I'm glad I read all of these. So be sure to realize that you are learning to integrate your heart and mind aspects in the left and right hemispheres, your masculine and feminine energies. So really tune in and listen to that inner voice, because that inner voice is your inner child and it knows what's best for you. Have a great week.